We're trying to go back and see what we've done in the past that's worked and what we haven't done that hasn't worked, and just see if if we could put it all together.
Is that, I was about to ask, is that the next step for the team? Is, y'all figured out how to win when you're not playing your best. Y'all figured out how to overcome slow starts to seasons and games. But is kind of putting the whole thing together the next step?
That's the next step. I believe so.
Marquez, when coaches always come in and talk about buying into their system, their style, how much easier is that for you as a senior than it may have been for you maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, when you weren't a senior, you weren't sensing your mortality?
Well, coaches, every time a new coach comes in, they come with their luggage, so they know, especially this coach, Coach Pruitt, he knows how to win, obviously, and he came from a place that knew how to win. So when he came, he tried to instill that to us. And at first, some of us jumped on board, some of us didn't. So I think it took us to realize that our way didn't work, and we needed that to find out that his way did work.
Was there a moment when it kind of clicked for you all as a team that, okay, well, maybe we should listen to this guy because he seems to know what he's doing?
I think it happened sometime in the game last year. I'm not really trying to go, but I think a game last year really decided that his way really did work, and we needed to buy in. So finishing out last season and coming this season, we really saw that our way didn't work in the first couple games. So we trying to get everybody up on board and get it up.
Coach talked about how Jarrett can kind of do everything despite having that cast on his hand and working his way back. Have you seen that, and have you seen even more from him as he's kind of like motivated almost to bounce back from that?
Well, Jarrett's a competitor. He wants to play. He wants to, even if he's not playing, he wants to do what he can to help, whether that's coaching up the young guys or just being in the receiver's ear, getting in the O-lines, but talking to the running backs. So he wants to do what he can to help, whether that's on or off the field. And the other quarterbacks are there. Obviously they want to play. I mean, who doesn't want to play? But it's only one ball and only one quarterback position. So whoever's up, they're going to play their best. And if Jarrett's playing or not playing, he's going to be an impact player.
Missouri has a top-ranked pass defense in the SEC. What do you see from them that is a challenge to opponents?
They pride themselves in not getting the ball ran on them, and if we're going to beat them, we have to beat them through the air, and that's a receiver's dream, to throw the ball. But the game plan, the coach is going to put together a game plan. We're going to go out and enforce it, whether that's running or throwing. And to us receivers, we're going to do what we can, whether that's passing, whether that's receiving, blocking, or cracking the big guys. It don't matter.
Do you feel like you're a better route runner this year?
I feel like our game has improved, route running, the knowledge, whether it's seeing coverages and stuff. And even if we miss something, the other receivers, they come up and be like, yo, that was covered too, so why don't you stay on the corner? It's just different viewpoint. So I think we all help each other in the receiving room. We critique each other a lot. Whether that was a bad route, you cut it short. So having that always in your ear, it makes you, if you mess up one time, and we go on the sideline and correct it, not from just the coaches, but the players telling us to. It makes us not do it again.
Those fades and jump balls that you and Juwan and Josh have been successful with, a lot of people call those 50-50 balls. But what do you guys inside the balls, what do you call those in terms of percentages?
Well, Coach, when the ball is thrown up, we have to make the play, whether if we catch it or not letting them catch it. So to us, it's already an advantage, because if we're not going to catch it, they're not going to catch it. So you can put it however way you want, but if the ball's thrown, we're going to do what we can to come up with it.
Do you think earlier in the season, do you think Jarrett ever lost his team and had to win it back, or how would you describe maybe what the relationship that went on between this offense and Jarrett?
Jarrett wants to be the best he can be, whether that's throwing the perfect game or making the correct reads, whether that's with the running back, telling him, changing the plays to the online. So he's doing what he can. He has a lot of pressure on him, not just football, but school, outside of school. You just never know what's really going on with somebody. And the quarterback, that's the position that you can't really make a lot of mistakes at. So he does what he can, and I don't think we tell him enough that we appreciate him enough. But I know he prides himself a lot. So if he did lose us, he knows for sure we have him back.
Not to dwell on the past, but with the past couple of seasons not ending the way you wanted it to, and especially in the month of November, is that on your mind at all to finish strong? Is motivation at all for this season of wrapping up the regular season with some wins?
Well, yes. Before November started, Coach always had that saying, "They remember what you do in November." So we trying to do what we can to win, and right now we got 2 more teams standing in the way of that. So we're gonna take it week by week and try to do what we did. That we try to learn from what we done in the past, so we won't have to do it again in the future.
Marquez, I know